recording. Boop. Awesome sauce. So I want you to look at this closely. This is page 40. What's your instinct on where to start solving the system? We've got two equations up here. That's going to zoom it in. I don't want to do that. There we go. So we've got equation 1 and equation 2. Which one do you want to start with? What is that? What's up? Okay. Okay. The video gets posted later. Just mark it as another thing. All right. What's your instinct? Are we going to start with equation number 1 or equation number 2? 1. What is it doing? Don't know. I have no idea what my iPad's doing. It is absolutely freaking out right now. Okay, go away. Okay, well, we're see what we can do here. So let's look at number 1 and see what we can do to solve this. Because it only has one variable in it. It only has a y. So when I solve this to get y by itself, we have 2y minus 4 equals 0. What are we going to do to get y by itself? Add 4. Plus 4. Plus 4. And we have that 2y equals 4. So what does y equal? 2. Sweet. That was so much less work, and we did all right and got to an actual solution there, part of it at least. I know my y value is 2. I still need to find the x. Since I used equation 1, now I'm going to use equation 2 to find my x. So all we got to do is we got to substitute this in. We're going to take our x plus 2, but instead of putting the letter y, I'm going to put the value of y that we found. Equals 5. So we multiply that out. We have x plus 4 equals 5. What does x equal? 1. Oops, there we go. Which means my solution for this system is 1, 2. It is always, 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 x, y. Every single time, 100% of the time. X, then y. Alphabetical order. So sometimes we don't have to do a whole lot of. Sometimes they give us an easy one. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. I can't actually reach my surgery. Ha! I got my screen to fix. There we go. All right. There we go. Questions on this one? I guess this one's not too bad. Let's look at number 2. And it says solve by any method. So we could use substitution, we could use elimination, we could graph it if you're really feeling froggy. I got graph paper over there. You're always welcome to. What's your instinct on this one? Where do you want to go? Elimination? Sure. What do you want to cancel out, x's or y's? Yeah. That is an absolutely fine strategy. Do we want to multiply by, I was going to say, that was my question. Do we want to multiply by positive 4 or negative 4? it on this side, times. We want this to be negative because I really, really want, for when I add in my columns, for these guys to cancel out. My top equation I'm not actually going to have to change, so I'm just going to copy it down here. We're going to have our 3x plus 8y equals 18. And when we multiply this together, we have negative 4x minus 8y equals negative 16. This is how I figured out that we needed a negative 4, is I want them to have the same number with the opposite sign. This pairing right here. Then what do? Cancel the bottom. The way we do that is we add these guys together in columns. So 3x plus negative 4x gives us negative 1x. My 8y plus negative 8y gives us plus 0y. And 18 plus negative 16 gives us positive 2. So what we have is really negative 1x equals 2. So what does x equal? X equals negative 2. That looks like a Z, but that's okay. But I can't just stop there. I have to know the whole thing. Like, I have to find out the whole value. Which means I need to find out what y is, which means I need to go back up top to any of my original equations to substitute things in. I have to substitute in that x minus 2. I can use this equation up here. I can use this equation here. I could even use this equation here if I was feeling real froggy. They all are equivalent as far as where this comes. So which one do you want to use? 3x, x, or negative 4x? The 3x. It's the first one I heard. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this equation and we are going to substitute in what I know, which is that x is negative 2. So we're going to have 3 times negative 2 plus 8y equals 18. So 3 times negative 2 gives us negative 6, good job, plus 8y equals 18. What do we get next? Add 6. And we get to 8y equals 24. It's early for mental math, but that's okay. Which means that y equals what? 3. Well. So our solution to this system is the point negative 2, comma 3. X, comma y must be x then y. Questions on this one? Alrighty. Let's do another one. Let's do number 3. We've got 2y minus 4x equals negative 4, and y equals negative 2 plus 2x. How do you want to solve this? Substitution. I have a y equals equation. That makes it very, very easy for us to make that choice. If you have a y equals or an x equals, that straight up tells us, hey, you should probably use substitution. Because I can take this chunk right here and substitute it in place of that in order to find out what x's are, which is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take our 2 times whatever x equals, which in this case is negative 2 plus 2x, But we got to keep going with that original equation. Minus 4x equals negative 4. I love to color code this kind of stuff. It makes it easier to spot check here that I got my outer equation correct. Yesterday when we were working, that is honestly the most common mistake that I saw, was that we did this part and then jumped over to the equal sign. So make sure you get the whole equation that we're substituting in there, because that was the most common mistake I saw yesterday. Now what am I going to do? Distribute. We got 2 times negative 2, which gives us negative 4. We've got 2 times 2x, which gives us 4x. Bring down our minus 4x equals negative 4. Now what? The x's cancel out. We combine our like terms. That would be our next step. I've got 4x and minus 4x, which means I have no x's left. And we're left with negative 4 equals negative 4. What does that mean for my solution? Infinitely many solutions. I wind up with something that is inherently true. This is infinite. There we go. Many solutions. Feeling lazy, you can do the infinite sign instead of the word infinitely. Because we round up with something that is true. If x is 4, negative 4 still equals negative 4. If x is 20, negative 4 still equals negative 4. If x is 5,427,382.9, negative 4 still equals negative 4. It just does. No matter what I say, whatever nonsense comes out of my face, x equals purple and y equals smiley face. Negative 4 still equals negative 4. Don't matter. Okay? So if you get something that is inherently true, we get our infinitely many solutions. If you get something that is inherently false, like negative 4 equals 0, that's when we have our no solution, because that doesn't work no matter what I say. Okay? Questions on any of these? Because we've done our substitution, we've done elimination, we've had one that went kind of wonky, the first one where we only had to half substitute once. We've done 2 of them that had points as solutions, we've had an infinitely many solution, and we've talked about no solutions. So we kind of did a quick wrap up on all the solving things we've done, right? Did you have the rest of the time to work on the homework? Homework. Okay, it's page 41, so it's the same stuff, and 42. I'm going to say if you are a paper person, then you can't just do page 41 and call it good. You got to do 41 and page 42, and still remember to send me pictures so I can have it documented that you actually did the thing and it's not me just marking things for funsies. So it's pages 41 and 42. If you do it on Canvas, it's literally the same thing. You got the space to work. If you want to do it on Canvas, you can use the desk for your dry erase board, like all that jazz. That's totally fine. Okay, and we're here to help. We're happy to help. We'll walk around and answer questions, all that jazz, okay? Like, this is not high-pressure situations. But it is the homework of the week, because we only have one this week. All right? And then we're going to start working more on things like story problems next week. So that's kind of what we're headed into. I know everybody's favorite is story problems. But that's okay. We'll get through it. I promise I'll get you through it. Alrighty? So, but that's kind of it for today. Pretty chill. Not high stress. It's Thursday. I'm going to kick on a little music because y'all are quiet. And that's okay. That is 100% valid. But as you can tell, I am not.